Hey Saj, how you doing? This is Professor Vid. I just threw together a quick little video for you. It's just so that you can kind of get through the final and see what you missed regarding Russell's theory of definite descriptions. Global picture, what we're doing is we are applying the formal language that we've used throughout the semester to an actual philosophical problem. Some of this is a bridge, so you're just going to have to believe me when I say this is why, but this is kind of an overview or an application of the logical machinery we've been developing throughout the semester. Okay, let's start here with this first sentence, number one. The present king of France is bald. Now, if you remember, one of our assumptions of logic was that for any statement, it or its negation is false. Or for any statement, it or its negation is true. Remember, a statement is something that is true or false or says something about the world. Well, this sentence, the present king of France is bald, seems to violate the law of non-contradiction, because when we negate this sentence and we say the present king of France is not bald, the sentence is still false, right? So it looks like it violates this fundamental bedrock assumption of logic. And so the worry is that somehow there's something about this sentence that is causing problems. So let's figure out what it is. Well, Bertrand Russell is a British philosopher, and he tells us, for sort of famously, that this sentence, the present king of France is bald, has, or is not bald, has a logical structure that you don't see just by looking at the grammar of the statement. So the sentence has a natural language utterance, but it's really three sentences at once. And so any speaker is going to, in fact, say three things when they say that sentence. And he says, here are the three statements. The first one is, you're saying there is a present king of France. The fancy term for this is that there is an existential. This is an existential statement, okay? Meaning a claim about something that exists. The next thing that it says is a uniqueness claim, namely that there is only one present king of France. There's only one of these things in the universe. So the second statement it makes is a uniqueness claim. Then the third thing it says is it makes a statement of predication. It makes a statement that this object does or does not have this particular quality. Does that make sense? So globally, present king of France is not one statement but three. There is a present king of France. That's an existential claim. Secondly, a uniqueness claim that there's only one such present king of France. And thirdly, the present king of France is bald. The reason why it makes a uniqueness claim is because of the definite article the. That makes it a uniqueness claim. Now, what does that matter for logic? We can actually translate these three sentences into our logical notation. Here's how it looks. We read it as follows. There is an x such that x is the present king of France, right, where f of x is the present king of France, and for any y that you pick, if y is the present king of France, then x is equal to y, and x is bald. Okay, how does that work again? Here's the existential claim. There is an x such that x is the present king of France. That's A right above here. There is a present king of France. B, there is only one present king of France. That is all of this stuff right here. For any y that you pick, if y is the present king of France, then x is going to be equal to it. And the last statement here, the predication, the present king of France is bald. Now, there are a couple of criticisms of this. The first one is that the does not imply uniqueness, right? So we're talking about problems with this approach, and this will be on your take-home final. The problem is that the term the doesn't necessarily imply uniqueness. See, we have here the present king of France is not bald. Suppose I uttered the sentence, the table is full of books, or the hot dog has gone rancid, or something like that. The codeine is missing, something. Well, I'm not saying that there's exactly one and only one table. I'm not saying there's one and only one hot dog. I'm not saying there's one and only one bottle of codeine or something like that, right? So people wonder whether or not you can really say that this statement results in a uniqueness claim. And then I'm trying to think if it's worth it for us to get into the second claim. Hold on, let me think. Yeah, I'll go ahead and mention it. Realize that this is a logical analysis here of this statement that we started with. The present King of France is bald, right? Or the present King of France is not bald. But, you know, it's possible that a speaker utters this sentence, the present King of France is not bald, and they really don't mean these three things altogether, right? They just might say it, and they might not have that in their mind. So there are two criticisms with this approach. One, the definite article the doesn't need to imply uniqueness. And two, this may not be what a speaker means when they say the present King of France is bald. It just may not be in their head. Okay, Saj, I hope that helps. I also will send this link with the answer key to the problems. Good luck. I will email you the final sometime this weekend, and I'll give you 48 hours to work on it. Okay, I will talk to you soon, Saj. Don't worry.